Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Javen, and look, y'all, today we are back. Now, look, I told y'all we're gonna be reacting to these videos. When Demi released these videos. Now, y'all been telling me he just dropped a new one, and this video is called "Major Rework to Passing in NBA 2K27 question mark." Now, we're gonna react to this. Now, before we do anything, again, appreciate all y'all for the love and support. We're on the road to 5K subs. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe button for your boy J Man. You're under the advisement, glove motion, Autumn 26. Let's get straight to this reaction, bro. Let's see what he got to say.
All right, so today what I want to get into, man, is for most of y'all, there has been a frustration with passing, and I know a lot of you have hit me up numerous times, like what's going on with the passing? You know, like, why do I pass the ball? It hits him in the back of the head, etc., 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 right? And there's also,
now, y'all not gonna like what I have to say because we're already 20 seconds in this video, and I have a response to why the passing in the game seems like this. I feel like the game movement is terrible. I feel like powered by pro play has not worked. That engine of 2K recording NBA footage using AI, whatever they're doing, has not worked when we talk about the gameplay of NBA 2K. I feel like everything, like I said, you don't have full control. You're not seeing the full potential out of these my players that you really should be seeing. That's why I said, like, the game has no purpose. Like, a 99 overall does not play like a 99 overall. That's why there's no point to really max out builds unless you're a content creator. You know what I'm saying? But I feel the number one blame should be powered by pro play.
so another aspect of it about just in general, what should pass accuracy, or when you're in the builder, what should pass accuracy play as? Meaning, we know that pass accuracy, the higher you go up, not only is the most accurate of your pass, the better you have bailouts, and also the speed of the pass, right? So let me just talk about the first thing, which is passing and hitting people in the back of the head, as you can see right there, like, or when someone's playing close to you and you press pass and your player just throws it right into the individual.
Like, let me ask y'all this, chat. What would be y'all reasoning to why this is the way it is? Like, no, I'm asking y'all. I'm asking you guys now, right? Why do y'all think in the gameplay right now that everything feels slow, sluggish, you're not in control of your my player experience, whatever player you're using or whatnot? Like, what do y'all think would be the reasoning? Because like I said, once 2K told the world we're going to record NBA footage and input it into our basketball game, it has not made anything better, right? They claim they put 9,000 new animations, but folks still using the same 2-3 animations. So I want y'all to tell me, because I already told you what my answer is. Now we're going to hear what Demi has to say.
That is something that I've been talking to 2K about since I've been doing this with 2K. I think I've been working with 2K, I guess this will be 7 years now. And it's always been one of my things that is frustrating on a fast break. There's a defender, his back is turned, you have your teammate in front of you, you press X and the ball hits him in the back of the head. And you're like, bro, like, why is my guy doing that? You know what I mean? And of course, they always, hey, we're taking a look, we're trying to make the changes, this and that. But I'm just starting to come to the realization that it must be extremely difficult, right, to have a setting to where you can, or a fix in the game to where you can pass the ball when someone's in like a particular area.
Bro, what? A setting? What? Here's my thing, right? As we're getting to this reaction. What I'm not hearing from Demi is what he thinks the problem is. It's like he's trying to go into this, like, you should have to go into set. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the gameplay is so like going in the wrong direction now, to where we're now saying you should have to go into setting. Just like how people will tell you, like, if you're streaming the game, like, bro, why is my player moving like that? They'll tell you, oh, you got to have a certain motion cap on. Like, you shouldn't have to have a motion cap for an NBA my player, bro. But that's how they got gameplay now. Like, you got to have the right motion cap on, right? If you can't just pick anyone either. But my thing, you shouldn't have to do all of that. You shouldn't have to go into settings. You shouldn't have to do all of that. I showed y'all when we looked at old footage from games, that when I had old footage from 2K19, You could pass the ball half court and you'll be able to catch the ball and all types of stuff. But I feel like once 2K went into this route of we're adding pro play, they added pro play in 2023, which is 2K24, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, gameplay has not been consistent. Gameplay has been inconsistent, right? So if you ask me, because y'all gonna say, well, Jen, what do you think it is? It hasn't worked. Whether you're gonna say it's not the problem, whether you're gonna say this game has more, pro play has not worked, bro. It has not worked. It hasn't. And if you're gonna like, I'm already seeing. Let me guess. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna have the time to make a right read on the game now." Like, bro, you're adding what more? You're making things more complicated, and that's how you bring in more cheaters. Like y'all seen what I forgot to do. I don't know. We still might do the Madden reaction, but I've already seen posts on like Instagram of them saying like on Madden they added meters into the game. We'll talk about that later on. But it's like you see how Madden is worried about adding mini games into their football game, right? Now, yes, there's a mode to where you can turn it off, but it's like why even make it complicated, right? So if 2K is gonna say like, oh, you're gonna have to do this to make a right read, it's like y'all thought cheaters were bad. Let 2K have to where you got a time to make a right throw on the game, bro. To make a right pass in the game. Let 2K do that, and y'all really gonna say it's gonna be a cheating problem then. I'm telling you. The more things you make complicated, the more cheaters you bring in, the more frustrating the experience becomes. That's what I'm saying. All of the stuff that they've been trying to do, pro play, seasons, it hasn't worked. It has not kept the player base on the game. The content is dying out. Creators are trying to find out ways to make content. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 2K, in my opinion, what they're going to do what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do what they're going to do. But it's like the route they're choosing to go, in my opinion, is not working. So.
And it's not no matter what their defense is, whatever, it's not going to have any cause or effect. Right? So what I'm saying is that I was like, yo, like, why not when you get a rebound, or like, why not when you're on a fast break, or you do a head fake and you're in a triple threat and the guy's playing really up close defense on you with their hands up, right? Why can't it be some type of like barrier there that's just saying like, you know, the ball is not going to get deflected? Now, you can play devil's advocate and be like, oh, well, in the game, in NBA, in real life, you know, people, when they're playing really close, they tip the pass and that type of deal. And I'm like, all right, yes. But if somebody is sitting there just playing hands-up defense, if you was in real life and you had the basketball, and someone's just sitting there with hands-up defense, they're not playing defense, they're not swatting at the ball, right? They're not doing anything. They're just playing hands-up defense. You could literally just go like step to the left, step to the right, and pass it. In 2K, they don't do that. In 2K, they'll...
Because 2K is literally... There's no more mocap. That's why I said if you had to give me a choice on what 2K should do, like I said, I would bring back mocap. Because, now, like I said, the game probably already finished as far as I'm concerned, right? Mocap is way more better. It's way much better than pro play. Nobody said mocap was the greatest thing to ever exist. If we had to compare the two, because, like I said, they introduced Powered by Pro Play into 2K24. You're about to head into 2K27. Now you can make a decision, okay, what was better? Was mocap better or was pro play better? Mocap is way better. Mocap, you actually had control over your my players. You know what I'm saying? Pro play, it feels like you don't have any control. So, like I said, that's why, in my opinion, get rid of it. Because it's like, it's not making anything no better. It's not even, well, you can have a debate. Like, no, there is no debate, bro. NBA 2, every time when you hear somebody bring up 2K, you don't hear nothing positive about the gameplay. Like I said, all of these big time creators that have a huge name right now, wonder why they're not playing 2K. They got all of the free time in the world. Why they're not playing 2K? Why they're not making no content on 2K? Because it's the game. They don't want to play the game. You know what I'm saying? So understand this stuff. Because I cannot stand people. They'll be in the comments like, nah, y'all don't know how to play basketball. And these be the same ones that don't want to shoot the ball, that don't know how to play their role, all of this stuff. That's why it'd be funny when folks be saying that. Like how that dude, when I was streaming the other day, and he talked about the power forward, I don't have to shoot the ball. And he talked about he don't have a three. We look at this, but he had an 80-some three and he don't want to shoot. It's like, come on now. When we talk about the gameplay and the movement and why things are not processing the way they should, I blame Powered by Pro Play. When you're telling me 2K is going to scan NBA footage, right? And try to put it into their game, of course something's going to go wrong. Of course nothing's going to be perfect. Because you're pretty much using AI or whatever you're doing to scan real NBA footage instead of having the, like, people put on the suit with the mocap stuff and do the animations like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they got AI recording NBA footage.
Like do an underhand pass, it gets deflected. You know, they do these animations that just doesn't make sense. And it's not necessarily just because of your pass accuracy. It's just, that's just how it's set up. I feel like there should be a buffer. Y'all let me know in the comment section, should that be the case? Should there be a buffer there that will, no matter what you do, the ball like will not get deflected? Same thing, and again, this is a whole different type of video, but this,
you're not in control of your my player though. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like, it's like Demi, it's like he knows, like, and I'm not gonna speak for him, but off of what I'm hearing in this video, it's like he doesn't want to say pro play, or, you know, like 2K has to just go away from it. It's like he's saying the experience, but he's not saying the solution. I'm gonna tell you the experience and the solution. Like I said, you do not have full control of your my players. Your my players do not feel like they're NBA stars. They're not, the way how the game is set up. There's no purpose. Like I said, there's no purpose. And I'm not dissing him. I'm speaking facts about the game, because people be like, oh, you're just saying all this negativity stuff. Bro, nobody's being negative. If we're going to sit there and, like I said, have a conversation, and you're going to sit there and talk about, well, mocap or pro play, you tell me which one is better, chat. And I guarantee a lot of people will try to say, oh, pro play is better because mocap folks were just cheesing. Nah, I don't want to hear that. You know what that tells me? Like I said, a lot of the people that knew how to utilize their builds when we had mocap, some of y'all hated it because you did not know how to do the stuff they were doing. And I'm not talking about the left, right, or whatever whatever y'all be saying people be doing, right? I'm talking about just the basic stuff, crossovers. There's people right now that play the game, they don't know how to, like I said, do a basic crossover. They don't know how to shoot over AI, none of this stuff. And they'll tell you that's why pro play is better. Like, folks will literally tell you, when they have an AI on them, why do I have to shoot over the AI every single time? Because you have the mismatch. Yeah, but I'm not the only one on the team, but you're the one with the mismatch. But then they'll try to say, nah, y'all just want to play cheesy. So shooting over the AI is cheesy. But that's why people will say they like pro play. They like this slow, boring, this slow, boring gameplay type, sluggish type animation stuff, bro.
same thing when you get a rebound. You instantly get a rebound. The camera has to flip around. We all know this. You should not be getting ripped, right? We can't move. No one can move, but the defender can move. Or soon we get the rebound, it should be something there to where we should not be immediately getting ripped. And I know some people can be like, no, they want that or whatever, etc., etc. But those little things to me just kills the flow of the game, okay? But that is something that can be up to debate. I know that is a lot of, you can go either way. But this one right here that I'm about to talk about, this has to change, okay? We're talking about pass accuracy affecting the speed of the pass.
I want y'all to hear something real quick, right? Think about it. 2K added all of these, for all my pro play people out there, right? 2K added how many animations last year? And then including this year, they said they added 9,000 plus or 5,000 plus NBA animations, right? Guys, how many of those 9,000 animations they added, how many of them are y'all using? Or are y'all just using the meta ones because the meta ones are the only ones that work to the highest of levels, right? So I want y'all to answer me this. You added 9,000 plus animations, but if you get on the game right now and you're like, yo, why is my player playing like this? They'll tell you like, oh, you got to use, Joel Embiid motion style, whatever they'll say, right? You got the wrong motion style on. Why is the crossover not working? You got the wrong crossover on. But 2K said they added 9,000 plus. Yeah, but it doesn't work. So all of y'all that love pro play, answer me this. Because y'all be the same ones to say like, oh, nah, you content creators. No, 2K added 9,000 new NBA animations. And guess what? 90% of them don't work. So when y'all want to say everybody using the same thing, guess what? 2K and their animations and their gameplay has something to do with that. Because when you try to test those animations out, your player's not going to be doing what he should be doing. If you know how to utilize these things, right? But see, people want to just be so quick to blame content creators, and that's what I laugh at. Right? Because the same content creators that y'all be trying to blame are the same ones when the game isn't good. Now you go to the content creators, bro. Can you please make a video? Cause I'm tired of this. This is unacceptable, bro. I'm sick of. But y'all be blaming the content creators. I told y'all, if you want to sit and have a conversation, 2K is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not. They're doing what they want to do. They're not doing what they need to do. And what they need to do, in my opinion, let's sit here and see what has worked. Has this improved with the gameplay? Has this brought in more players? No, it's bringing in more cheaters. The more we make the game more difficult, the more cheaters come into play. But in their minds, nah, let's talk about how much money we gonna get from these people, right? How much times can we say, yo, we're gonna add this in the season reward, and then at the end of the year, we're just gonna make everything for free. But we made our money already off of them because for the first 8 seasons, they bought the season pass. It's things like that, right? That 2K is doing is wrong. But that's what they focus on, the money on. And I've been telling y'all that.
Now, this right here, I've been a huge advocate for the past couple years, and I hope 2K is really gonna do this, is that, come on, okay, and prime example here. Shaquille O'Neal, Steve Nash. Who do you think can throw the ball harder? Right? I mean, that's pretty obvious. Shaq's gonna be able to throw the ball a lot harder than Steve Nash. Well, if Shaq has a 70 or 65 or 35 pass accuracy, Steve Nash has a 99, guess who's throwing the ball harder in 2K? You have real cock diesel centers, 7'3", max weight, 99 strength centers that are throwing lollipops down the court. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Again, I would love to hear what y'all have to say about
attributes don't matter. But how many times, how many years are we going to keep hearing that? Why don't the attributes matter on the game? But again, all my pro play people out there, let me ask y'all that question. Y'all love pro play. Why do the attributes not matter on the game? Why? Why is it if I go in a weaker route, I can still show that it's not a weak route on the build that I'm using or have access to? But 2K keeps bringing back pro play. That's what I'm saying. You keep bringing back things that are not fixing anything. It's not getting anything any better. So why would you keep putting it back into the game? Because the 2K is literally powered by pro play. It literally says powered by pro play. You know what I'm saying? So why is it when you're powered by pro play, why does it feel like the game is no connection with the game of basketball, bro? Why does everything feel slow, sluggish? You're not in control. Why? Y'all love pro play. Explain to me. You cannot tell me, well, you got the wrong SIGs on, Jay. Nah, 2K added 9,000 new of them. So I don't want to hear nothing about using the wrong ones. Y'all love pro play. What has pro play done for this game? What has it done for this franchise? You know what? I heard a rumor. They said pro play came from FIFA, which is a soccer game, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But 2K puts that into a basketball game, and we're surprised the results are not getting any better. We're surprised there's more cheaters coming into play. Come on, man.
About this, okay? It doesn't make sense. Pass accuracy should not in any way have any effect on the velocity of the pass, right? And I feel like that's just something that's frustrating. Like, you know, I have a lockdown, and I had one lockdown that was just a 65 pass accuracy, and it just should be frustrating, just like having this thing or thinking like, dude, this is an NBA player, and he's throwing the ball weaker than my 4-year-old son, right? Like, it shouldn't be that way. So my suggestion, again, up for debate, y'all can talk about it, but this is something that I put out there, and you know, hopefully it is in 27, is that pass accuracy has no ifs, ands, or buts about the speed of the ball, right? Pass accuracy just literally is what it is, has to deal with the pass accuracy and the ability to bail out, right? Those two I'm okay with, okay? I'm okay with having a high pass rate, but just because you have a low pass accuracy does not mean you should be throwing lollipops down the floor. Everybody should be able to throw the ball hard down the floor. There should.
So what are we saying? Don't make it an attribute to upgrade? Because there has been times where I think there were things that you didn't have to You didn't even have to upgrade it. Like I remember they said like speed or acceleration. That was a given. It wasn't like 2K gave you the build speed and acceleration. You didn't get to choose to upgrade that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Is he saying you don't even have an attribute for it? I'm talking really. Here's my thing. The most important thing when we talk about 2K is their gameplay. And that's why I brought up Pro Play, because it's literally powered by Pro Play. Their gameplay is powered by Pro Play. When you're saying that pass accuracy and that why is my player throwing the ball, 2K is powered by Pro Play. Why is Demi not bringing that up? It's literally powered by Pro Play. Is he not allowed to bring up it's powered by Pro Play? Or I'm trying to figure out, because yes, you're saying, well, if these are NBA players, they shouldn't throw the ball like they're teenagers, right? But if the game, again, if 2K is going inside of powered by Pro Play, explain to me how, if they're recording NBA footage and then putting it to their game, the game feels that way. I'll let y'all decide, chat.
Be nothing if, ands, or buts about it, because it doesn't make sense to see these 6'2" guards that are zipping the ball 100 miles an hour down the floor, and big centers or stronger people that literally, there's an attribute that says, like, you know, most centers have 91 strength. So how do we have 91 strength or 96 strength, depending on what you're trying to get, and you cannot even, you got a little 6-foot guard that's throwing the ball harder than you? No, like, if I'm Shaq and I'm a center and I catch the ball and I want to throw the ball down the court, it should be zipped right down the court. Hell, I could even go as far as say that it should be faster than the point guard, right? So again, that can be up for debate. You know, obviously the game is pretty much locked in, but this is something that can be definitely looked at and fixed or adjusted, and hopefully it was thought through, because I feel like those two things really change the dynamic of a game. Because if you're making a lockdown and you have to focus on, well, I got to give them pass accuracy because, you know, I don't care how accurate it is, but I'm gonna throw a lollipop on a 2's court up to the top of the key because I can't pass it. I feel like that just doesn't necessarily correlate to how the game should be played, and it really shouldn't be smashed in with pass accuracy. Okay, and again, I'm not asking that it should be like a pass strength rating, right? But I still don't think that passing the ball, the strength of the player, it should be predicated on weight, your strength that you are as a center, or if it's not going to be that, then just let it be equal across the board.
I'm more focused on the gameplay, because like I said, that's what keeps you guys or anybody on the product. If the gameplay is not good, people are leaving. They're gone. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, a lot of these big time content creators, they're gone. They're not playing 2K. They're not. So, like I said, it sounds like to me he's saying your strength or whatever it is should, I guess, determine if you can throw the ball or not. But it's like, bro, why is it we are afraid? I'm not gonna say we are afraid, but it sounds like he's not even allowed to bring up like the pro play stuff, because that's literally what the game is powered up by.
Right? No matter who you are, everybody passes the ball the same velocity, the same speed, and then the accuracy and the bailout is based upon the actual rating that you gave that player. I'm curious to see what y'all think about that. Let me know in the comment section. As usual, I'm gonna start dropping all these little dimes for you throughout the next month and a half before the release of the game, or they start doing a rollout of the information of NBA 2K27. But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Jimmy. I'll be back really.
All right, I want to show y'all something real quick, chat. I want to show y'all something. So this is what I'm talking about when I mean this is why the gameplay feels the way it feels. Let's make sure we got 1080p real quick. Just get that out the way. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, we need to get 1080p. All right, so I want y'all to look at this. 2K24, they announced this, right? NBA 2K24 powered by Pro Play, right? You don't need captions on. We're good without that. Look, Pro Play technology, okay? I want y'all to see this. So meaning they're showing you they're recording NBA footage and putting it into the game instead of doing mocap. This hasn't worked. You know what pro play seems like? It's for like the Sim Nation people. You know the Sim Nation folks that just make NBA players and they can like this stuff really would only work. It would only work in a. I said merc. This stuff would only work like in a my career game because the stuff that they're trying to showcase, it really doesn't work in a rec. I mean, you probably get a couple of clips, but it's like you're probably not gonna win doing that. This stuff is really for only like Sim Nation my career people because that's really what they're showing. None of this stuff has improved the game, by the way. It hasn't. Pro play has not worked. So when I'm reacting to that Uncle Demi video, right? And he's talking about why is the way your player throws the ball and hits somebody in the back of the head. To me, it's like, well, when you're going in this route of just recording NBA footage and is everything perfect? No. But when you've been trying to just do this over and over again, of course it's not going to get any better. Because when they first announced pro play, was it consistent? No. That's why I said the same thing with seasons. Was seasons consistent? No. But you tell us you add how many new animations? 9,000, 5,000. And guess what? People still using the same SIGs. They're not using those 9,000. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, my take from it is, bro, when we look at the gameplay and we look at the things that he's talking about with the rework to the passing on the game, I blame powered up by pro play because that's gameplay. I'm here to have a conversation about what they needed to do, right? They already did what they probably already did, right? Like if they could probably announce in the next couple of weeks, oh, 27 is powered up by pro play. And I'm gonna be right here to tell y'all, yo, don't expect nothing to get any better with the gameplay. And I'm not telling y'all not to go get it. I'm just telling y'all when we talking about the gameplay experience, don't expect nothing to get no better. Because like I said, y'all gotta remember, patch 1, patch 2, all of that stuff happens. Right? So understand all of this stuff. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. But when we talk about the gameplay, just remember, 2K has chosen to do what? Powered by pro play. Now, if 2K announces for 27, yo, they're not doing pro play, maybe 2K actually wants, maybe they actually want to, actually get, make people happy. Actually showcase we're not just going to keep running it back. Maybe if they get rid of seasons, maybe they'll show me, yo, we want people to actually have a purpose to play this game instead of just getting on here trying to get the money from the people playing the game. But like I said, at the end of the day, 2K's going to do what they're going to do. I have no control over it. All I can do is say my opinion. They're going to do what they're going to do. And that's why I try to tell y'all that when you sub to a content creator, that whether they're reacting to videos or whatever they're doing, sub to them and not the game that they're talking about. Because we already know what 2K has been these last couple of years. Has been inconsistency, bro. We could talk about finishing, passing, shooting. Everything's been inconsistent. Nothing's been consistent. You cannot get on the game right now and say, yo, my build gonna do this. You don't know what your build gonna do because you're not in control of it. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, it's your boy Jimmy. Like I said, we out of here. Try to make sure I take care of us. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Yeah, man, I'm out. Jimmy signing out. We out, man. Peace. Let me know how you feel in the comment section, man. I'm out.